guys, welcome to the stream today. It's going to be a fun one. We're building a brand. We got lots of work to do. But go ahead and jump into the chat. I'm taking a look at that while you're here. Let me know where you're watching from, what you're up to, what's new, what's happening. I am getting my levels. There we go. Alright, so today what we're going to be doing is working on a brand. And this is a look at what it is. It's the Third Bowl & Co. And I'm going to be building out, well, we're kind of doing this a little bit backwards. Typically I would build an entire brand guideline where we talk about the fonts we use and the colors and everything else. And today's kind of a ready, fire, aim a little bit because we need to get business cards going right away. So we're actually going to be making business cards that look kind of like this. Let's see if this shows up. So it's got a metallic foil. So this paper is a really, really thick, soft touch suede. It's something that I've done in the past. I really like it. This card's a little bit bent up. But anyway, what we're going to be doing is a metallic foil. So we're going to design a look like this. Totally different brand, but something kind of like that as one option. And then we're going to be doing, let's see which browser window this was. Nope, not that one, not that one. There we go. Okay, so we're going to be doing a few different things. I like to use 4over4.com. I also like to use Printing for Less, or PFL. They're based in Montana. Really great company. I've done a lot of work with them. Tell them Derek sent ya. Anyway, these are the guys that actually printed this business card here. So they did a great job. Now, a disclaimer though, these cards are about $1 a piece. They're very, very expensive to print. So, just so you know. So we're going to look at that. We're going to be looking at some other, like in this case, we've got this layer cake business card. So they're a super thick card with you can choose the color on the inside. So around the border there's like a thin stripe of color. So we might design something like that with that in mind. Okay, and then if I come back here to, let's see, business basics, we'll just come down here to business cards. Where do I see that? Up here. They have a lot of really, really cool finishing touches. So, you have the basic stuff, but if you scroll down, there's some really cool stuff like cotton business cards, 45 points, are pretty thick. There's diamond glitter. Oh, actually, here's my card. I had it sitting right in front of me. Now I don't know where. Oh, in my desk. That's what it's in my desk. Okay. I'm gonna kind of hide my personal information on this card. But here's another one that I did with this finish. So it's super thick. Really, really cool. Trying to get the angle just right so you can see the glitter. The camera's just not picking it up quite the same as it looks like in person. Oh yeah. Move a little closer. Oh my goodness. Well, regardless. It's a super cool card, and this is why I got it. So, so that's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna kind of flesh out this brand. I got a few things to do on the logo itself to clean it up. And we might be breaking this stream up into a two-part stream, depending on how long it takes, but that's what we're doing today. So, lots of great possibilities here. Lots of good options. I don't know where we're going to end up with it. So we're going to do a few different comps here. A comp, C-O-M-P, that's how you spell it, comp. It's like a comprehensive look of what it could be. So we'll mock it up, get it ready for the client. This might be a way to go. This has a lot of potential. So we see a different metallic foil. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is probably what we're going to do. Alright, so now that we're here, let's go ahead and get going. What's up, Stacy? Uh-oh, sound distortion. Is it still distorting? Ryan Henninger, good to see you, man. Okay. I sound like a robot. That's not good. Okay, so let's jump into the microphone audio level. Check 1, 2, 3. We're going to turn this down. 1, 2, 3, 4. How's that? Is that better? Let me know, let me know. There's also about a 20-second delay. Uh-oh, something's wrong with my sound. Okay. Did that fix it, you guys? Or is it still distorting? Yep, robot voice. Bummer. Okay. Well.
I don't know if you guys can hear me, but I'm restarting the board. Did that help it at all? All right, guys, can you hear me now? Does that sound better? There's a 20-second delay on everything here, or 30-second delay, more or less. Let me know if that worked. I've had that happen in the past where things sounds like a robot. Yep, all good. Thanks, Stacy. Thank you, chat, for letting me know. I'm wishing I would have caught that earlier. Could you guys hear anything I was saying? Did that make any sense, or was it just totally distorted? Do I need to start over? More or less, we're making a brand. We're making business cards. Yeah, and we're making. This was just a sample of a business card I did. That's like a metallic. Oh, I'll get my fingerprints all over it now. Oh well. Focus. So you can see that metallic foil. Super cool. And then also this card that I did. I'm going to hide my cell phone number that's on here. You can kind of see can you see the glitter on this one? I don't know. The camera's not picking up the glitter. There you go. Okay. So let's jump into it. I'm a little nervous now. Can you guys let me know in the chat? I see Stacey says, yep, all good. We still good? No more robots? Music level's okay? It's kind of weird. I don't know. That's better. Last track was stressful. This one's going to make you fall asleep. All right, well, it's going to be one of those streams today. That's all right. Let's get to it. Okay, so a few different things to note. So the first thing we're going to tackle is the brand. So again, I'm a little nervous. If you guys can let me know in the chat. Corey says better. What's up, Corey? What's up, Stacy? Thanks for jumping in. So what I need to do here, there's some line work that I need to fix and clean up. So I was going to go through and do some of that. But here's the basic brand. And here's an alternate logo. This is going to look really good on hats and swag. That's good to go. This bowl, I feel like I need to thicken up the tail just a tiny bit, just the tiniest bit. So what I'm going to do, a lot of ways to work. I'm going to try cheating on this a little bit. And what I mean by that is I'm going to add a stroke. That's a lot of stroke. Let's dial that down a little bit. And what I'm looking at, I just want it to feel like it's similar weight as some of this other elements in here. And I think that did it. Before, after. I think that's just enough. So what I'm going to do now, I've got a stroke and a fill on this shape. Let's go to Object, Expand, Fill and Stroke. Awesome. Thank you, Stacy. Also, shout out to Ryan in the chat. I have not heard or seen from you in ages. I hope you're doing well. Hope things are good. Ryan is one of the students in the vault, also in the Facebook group. I don't know if I'd still call him a student because he's probably gone through it and moved on to other better things. What was I doing? Super distracted. Oh yeah, window, Pathfinder. expand. Okay. And then now I need to make this line up here on this tail. So I'm just going to grab this anchor point and just kind of snap it out here. All right, let's go. Let's see. I'm going to add an anchor point here. It doesn't need to be perfect. I'm just trying to get it close. All right. All right. All right. All right. So where are you guys tuning in from? What's going on? What's new? Let me know in the chat. All right. Just kind of smoothing this out here so it matches a little bit. So this is something I did. By this, I mean the logo, and I didn't stream it. I just kind of worked through real fast for a client. And now I'm just kind of refining pieces that I didn't notice so we can get going on these business cards here. Cleaning things up. All right, so now I can merge these shapes. Shift M to get my shape builder tool. Now I can just drag and drag to merge it all together. Thanks, Ferric. I see you over in Behance. I hope I said your name right, man. All right. Cool. I'm really stoked to start applying this to all kinds of stuff. I started playing around with this. I'm going to open up Photoshop here, just so you can kind of see where I was starting to do things. We're going to make business cards, hats, polos, maybe some vehicle wraps, all kinds of stuff. Getting happy about life. Let's jump back over here. So again, we're just kind of cleaning up the tail, cleaning up little details that I didn't notice when I was making this. What I'm doing now, I want to clean up these little details, and there's other ways I could do this too. There's a smoothing tool in here that might do a pretty good job, to be honest. So, okay, so under Window, Workspace, right now I'm using the Essentials Classic Workspace. So depending on which workspace you have, your tools are gonna be they're gonna look different, right? They put them in different spots. And I don't remember where my smoothing, it's probably under the pencil tool. I don't see it. Anyway, there's a smoothing tool in here that I could use to probably do some of this. Let's do this. Okay, so that is under. I don't know. I haven't used this tool in a long time. There it is. Okay. under the shape builder, so the smooth tool. So what I can do is click on things and I can kind of smooth out what I want it to be. See how it smoothed those anchor points? It does a pretty good job. That's not perfect. So what I'm doing, I'm adding an anchor point below, before and after where I want the shape to stay the same. And then I hover over the ones I want to go away in my pen tool with the pen tool selected. Then it turns into a minus sign and it deletes, but see how it kind of shifted the shape. So I'm gonna add an anchor point here and then delete these two. Okay, so some of this stuff, some of these details are so fine, like it doesn't really matter. And I like the fact the shape of this is a little more organic instead of perfectly smooth. But I'm just kind of going through and cleaning up some of the random spots here. All right. So I'll do this a little bit more, and then I'll probably call it good for now so we can get into some of the business card stuff. But the whole point of this is just kind of like let you guys see me build a brand, see what I'm working on, see the process. And these are all the little points, all the little details that I agonize over that nobody ever sees, right? Like they would never know, but I came in here and cleaned this up. But I would notice, especially because some of this stuff has to be printed on trade show materials that are going to be huge. So then at that point, it becomes very obvious. Okay, there's some weird, I think just Illustrator stuff going on, so don't worry about it too much. All right, the tail looks better. That's going to overlap. I can join it now. So what I'll do is I'll grab this shape, shift click this shape, and then shift M to get my shape builder tool. And we're just going to join those shapes. All right, boom. That looks good. Check the face of this, make sure the earring is still good. See a tiny little, I see some weird, what is happening here? I'm going to cut it, Command X to cut that. So same thing, add an anchor point. So I can delete these anchor points here. Smooth that out a little bit. Cool. All right. Looking better, looking better. Let's take a look at this. That's all merged. I think we're good there. All right, looking great. Cool. Now, I'm just going to make sure everything in here is grouped. Looks good. And now because I made the changes here, I want this one to match. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. We'll drag a copy over. White. And then I've got these colors that I need to use. Make sure that this is the right color. 12, 10, 98, and 3. Okay, so that's not quite right. Let's do 11, 100, 100, 3. All right. X. Not sure why it changed back. All right, let's do D10, 10. So now I can make these match by just sampling that color here. Let's align the center. Cool. All right, those are good. So now what we want to do, what is up? Is it Preet? I see you on Behance. Hey guys. Also, just a reminder, there's probably like a 30-second delay on the stream. So if you say something I don't answer right away, that's probably why. I don't see it yet. Okay. Next. So we've got the logo. Let's save this. I need to make sure these colors in here match also. Cool. Put that color in there. Save it. Now the fun part. Now we get to build a business card. So there's a lot of ways to work. But before we do this, I want to make sure that we get the file set up right. So let's jump over. Look at something real quick. All right. So I forget how they want their files. I'm going to look and see if they have a template. Typically an 1/8 inch bleed. An 1/8 inch bleed. So a bleed, when you print something, and I'll show you this in a second, when you print something or go to press with it, whatever file size you send them, the card, you actually send it a little bit bigger, typically 1/8 of an inch, which would be an extra 1/4 inch inside. So these are 3.5 inches wide by 2 inches tall. So instead of being 3.5 inches, it'd be 3.75 inches. Anyway, we'll get to it here in a minute. Let me just show you. It's gonna be easier that way. So first of all, right here, at the bottom in the footer, we've got product template. So I'm going to command click on this to open it in a new tab. Hold down control and click. What's up, Vincent on Facebook? I see you. Thanks for jumping in. I appreciate that. So right now we're looking for templates, and just so I build over the same file size they want. I could probably do it from scratch. I'm about 90% sure I know what they want, but we're just going to make sure that we nail it and get it exactly the right way. So we are looking, oh, this is the wrong kind of templates. This is just like, no, it's not what we want. All right, let's go back. A lot of times the printers will have a template, blank print. That's what we look for right here. Blank print templates right here. Not product templates, apparently. Okay, we want business cards right here. I'm gonna click download now. Let's just see what they give us. All right. Let's do this. Probably do this one in Illustrator. See what happens. See if it works. Logging in. Thinking about it. All right, check a couple other things. This page was not found. Oh, that's because that's not the right email for that. Okay, well, I just want to download it. All right, well, I know I can fix this later, even if I do it the wrong size. So what we are gonna do, we're in Illustrator. Sometimes I like to build things, I like to build in Photoshop a lot of times because then I have more artistic freedom with how I do things. Because this is gonna be a simple, probably 2 foil card, it's gonna be really easy to do in Illustrator. And I'm still not 100% sold on, let's see. Oh, that's PFL, wrong one. Also, this isn't working on Safari. Let me try it in Chrome. Their site, the drop downs aren't working. Okay. Size, quantity, silk, 4. Okay, so in printing, right here where it says 4/0, what that means is the front side has 4 colors. So that's full color. When you print with ink, you have cyan, magenta, yellow, and black. CMYK. Did I do that right? Yeah. Okay, so that's 4 colors. So the 0 means on the back side there is no color. It's a one-sided card. If you did 4/1, it means 4 colors on the front, 1 color on the back, typically black or grayscale. Okay. And then 4/4, hence the 4/4.com, it means full color front, full color back. Okay. Foil stamping. Yes, foil stamping. Front, both sides. Okay. Foil color. We've got lots of colors to go with here. I'm going to go with red for now. Let's see what happens. Spot UV. No, thank you. Ooh, I could do a spot UV too. Raised. Both sides. I'm just kind of playing around right now. If you don't know what these terms mean, so right here, here's the foils. Okay, so it's like a metallic look to it. That's foil. Okay, and see how this is kind of raised and glossy? That is a UV. Okay, and a spot UV means, it stands for ultraviolet. So, so right here, that's a really good sample. This is all UV, and raised means you can kind of feel it. It stands up off the paper. Just makes it shiny. All right, edge painting, sure, why not? Let's do edge painting too. Metallic, gold. Let's do red. I don't know. We'll figure it out. All right. Oh no. Well, that's already a problem. We need these sooner than 15 days. So it's probably all these finishings that I chose. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's just kind of start kicking some things around and see what happens. So I'm gonna start a new document in Illustrator. It'll be a print document. So the width of a business card is 3.5 inches wide, 3.5, and the height is typically 2 inches. Okay, so make sure you're in inches here. If you're ordering on moo.com, they have different sizes as well. So just double check what the finishing size is. And then here is our bleed. I'm just going to click the up arrow once, and it already added exactly what I need. So this is an 1/8 inch bleed, 0.125 inches. So if we were to double that, it would be 0.25. So the whole card, let's just go back down. Let's just leave it like this. Okay, so we're adding, I'm going to click create. It'll be easier to see. Okay, so here's my rectangle shape. I'm going to make this 3.5 by 2, create. Let's just change the color of this so you can kind of get a better idea of what I'm about to do here. Okay, so this is going to be the finished size, this yellow thing, all right? The red is what we call the bleed, okay? So if I make a rectangle that's 3.75 by 2.25, basically adding a 1/4 inch all the way around. Let's make this a different color that we can see what we're doing. Behind the other one. So the blue area would be what I design, okay? And then the yellow area is what gets trimmed back. So everything up to the yellow area would be finished after they trim it. This is gonna make more sense as we design, but that's kind of how I'm setting up this file, okay? Let's jump in. grab this logo. Actually, grab all of this, copy it, throw it in here. I want my fill to go past to the bleed, and I'm actually probably just going to use a black card and not have it printed. So we'll show you how you prepare that final file once it's set here. So the other thing is, this is an artboard. I hit Shift O on my keyboard to get the artboard tool, and if I want to, I can clone the artboard and everything that's on it, so I can quickly mock up multiple looks for a client. Before I get too far down the road, I'm gonna make sure I save this thing. I'm gonna save it to the cloud. Right. Okay, so there is a simple first look. Now, what we're probably going to do, if we make this a metallic finish, it's going to look more like this. Let's see. Let's do... So I just made a square down here with the color. Oh, that's what I need to do, is define my colors. Like I said, I'm working a little bit backwards because I got to get these cards done and I haven't finished fleshing out the brand yet. So what I did there is I added the color to my libraries. I've got a Third Bowl & Co. library where now no matter which application or file I jump into, that color will always be there for me. All right, so now what I can do is change this to whatever color I want. Let's make it so this is just kind of a mock-up. I know it's really difficult to see. It's very dark, but again, what we're going for is going to be something kind of like this, right? Where it's black on black, but it's shiny. It catches the light. How close I can get to this? There we go. All right, so I'm just trying to mock that up so we can see kind of what it looks like. Okay, let's see. So now that we get, so basically the way that I start is I don't want to say the boring stuff, but I get the boring stuff out of the way. And what I mean by that is the basic looks that I know we want to see first, and then I get more creative with it. Derek, what's up? Anika on Behance. A couple questions. Is this a fictional brand? If yes, how did you come up with the name? 2, did you illustrate the bowl in Illustrator? So no, this is actually a real brand. This is a real project. This is going to press, and I've got to get these cards done and back in hand by the 13th of June. The typeface, Andrew, is Jin. So it's an Adobe font. The bowl is not something I came up with. I tweaked it. I modified it a lot, but I borrowed heavily from another illustration just to get the look parts of it right. Jin. That is the font we're using right here, Andrew. Great font. I love it. All right. So, oh gosh, how do I want to do this? I'm just thinking as I'm live streaming. You guys usually don't get to see this process. Usually I get to just zone out to music and come up with ideas. I'm still thinking. Annika, you're welcome. All right, I'm going to jump back over. Gotta pull something up real quick. I'm just looking for something else I was working on. Gotta jump into top secret files. Not really. It just sounds cooler when I say that, right? Oh, crap. I don't even remember where I put that thing. All right. I'll bring the screen back here in just a minute. Talk amongst yourselves. Let's see. All right. So now what I'm thinking. I'm going to rotate this artboard. So Shift O to get the artboard tool, or click over here. And then across the options bar, I have the option to change this to a portrait artboard. I can also adjust the width and the height. Going to grab this rectangle shape and rotate it. All right, let's put this over here. Let's break it apart. Make sure this stuff's still grouped together though. All right, so when I'm designing and I want to see where it's going to get cut off at, sometimes, because right now this isn't a good, right now you can see, that's really difficult to see on this color. Let me just change the background. Okay, so you can see the black line is where the trim is going to be. So I don't want his, okay. Sometimes I'll blow it past where I want things cut off creatively. And if I want to see what it's going to look like, make a new shape right here, my rectangle tool. This is going to be 2 inches by 3.5 because now it's vertical. All right, let's change the color of this just so we can kind of see what we're doing here. I'm going to align this to the artboard. Also, my wife just got home from shopping, so the dogs might start barking like crazy. Okay, so now what I can do is use this shape and shift click on the one below it. Go to Object. Where's it at even? I don't even know. It's Command 7 is the shortcut. Right click, make mask, make clipping mask. Command 7 is what I would push. Okay. And then if I delete this guy, or actually change the color back to black. Now you can kind of see what the finished card size is going to be. There's lots of ways to work. Sometimes I work in InDesign and Photoshop. I bounce around all over the place. It just kind of depends on how I'm feeling. But now I could, play around with the sizing of this bowl. Maybe put them in the corner like that. Okay, so if I'm not sure what I want to do with something, rather than agonize over getting it perfect, what I'll do is make another copy of the artboard and then try something different. Just see what the scaling does on it. What do I use to show where the cursor is pointing, the clicks? So typically I use Visualize. Is that already open or is it just doing it by default? I'm using Ecamm Live to broadcast. It might be also doing Actually, Ecamm Live might be doing that also. I just turned on an app called Visualize, so now it has a little blue clicker thing, and you'll see my shortcuts as I'm moving. Sometimes it gets annoying, though, because when I use the space bar to turn into a zoom, it does that. But anyway. So now I'm using the direct selection tool, which is the letter A, just to kind of quickly grab chunks of words. Command X to cut it to my clipboard. Command F to paste it back on top, and now it's its own separate thing. I suppose I could also just Command Shift G to ungroup these, and then regroup the words together. You'll see what I'm doing here in a minute. I forgot I've got this logo version too that I can work with. So what I'm doing right now, I try not to like get too hung up on a design. So you can see how quickly I'm adding extra things, just kind of experimenting with what it could be. I really like making things go kind of like this card that I showed a second ago. This is one that... So I like making things run off the edge or smash it down in a corner. I don't know. I like having fun with stuff like that. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. Yeah, I'm creating a brand identity, but I'm kind of going about this a little bit backwards, Vincent. So basically what's going on here is that's kind of cool. I have the whole identity to make still. Like I have a lot of work to do, but right now there's a trade show or meet. I don't know. There's some kind of meeting or something happening, and I need to get business cards designed first. So I have not defined any of the brand yet. I don't have a font pairing chosen. I don't even have all the colors keyed out yet. Not keyed out. Not what's the word? I don't have the colors picked yet. So this is kind of the first project that's going to start defining what the brand is going to be. So that's what we're doing. Having some fun with it. Ooh, you know what might be really cool? Instead of doing a spot UV, well, the spot UV would be cool too. I'm going to try and show that by changing the opacity of this white to like, I don't know, 10%, 8%, just enough that it's barely there. So we could do two foil, a black, either a black foil or like a clear spot UV, and then this red foil on the dot. Might be pretty cool. And we could also maybe make the edge a red foil too. That'd be kind of crazy. Let's see. Let's drag another copy out. That's different. Who knows? While we're playing with ideas, we could also make the border on this guy red. That'd be pretty cool. Very, very bold. Lots of ways we can do this. I like that a lot. Although it kind of looks like R3B because the T's kind of cut off. So let's scale it down or adjust it just a tiny bit. That's better. Okay. And if we pick, depending on which one we pick, I'll just fix the other ones. Okay. There's some ideas. I really like that. Let's start stacking words. I'm going to change the size of this. Let's see. Just so I can have a better, so I can see better. So in my last few streams, as I've been designing things, I've mentioned multiple times how I've been super inspired by David Carson lately. David Carson is a modern graphic designer. He's got a masterclass class out right now. And he kind of shows his process, and I'm really inspired by his approach. And specifically, he tends to not follow the grid. I don't know if you guys are familiar with what the grid is, but basically how things line up. He tends to just kind of break all the rules and do whatever he wants, which is a lot of fun. And I think it provides a lot of opportunity for some really unique results, which is what I'm doing right now. All right. Fun stuff. Yeah, what's up, Ryan? Thanks for still being here. Yeah, super cool class. If you guys get a chance to check it out on masterclass.com, it's David Carson's graphic design class. Very, very cool stuff. All right. Let's see. Well, I feel like maybe this guy. So here's a little trick. If I click this one and I hit Command C to copy it, if I switch over to this artboard and I click on it and then I hit Command F, it's going to paste it in place, in the same place, but on the different artboard. In the exact same spot. If I hit Command V, it just throws it on there wherever. But Command F will paste it in front in the exact same place, or Command B as in boy, or behind. It'll paste it behind everything else. So right now I pasted this in front. I need to release this clipping mask. All right, let's grab this bowl. Let's make it red. throw it in front and let's just see what happens. That is pretty crazy. That is very, very wild, but that looks fun. Let's see. Let's make a mask. Let's see what it looks like. I'm going to group all the words together. And the bowl. Command G to group it. So now I've got one big giant group. Command F to paste that shape in front that I had on my canvas here. Shift click, right click, and then make clipping masks. So now that square in front is going to clip everything inside of it. All right, so there's an idea. There's a very outrageous, but I like it. That could be very fun. All right, let's see. So now we need something. We've got the basic one. I don't know. Thanks, Ryan. Appreciate that. Ryan says he loves the designs. They're fire. I'm excited to get these printed. So if we printed this, we could do, okay, there's lots of ways we could do this. We could print full color on like a white paper stock. So then this would be black ink. We could print on a black paper and then have like a white foil on top. However we do this, it's going to be really expensive unless we just did a full color without the metallic foil. Oh, we could do metallic foil. No, we could do a full color print and then do a gloss spot UV over the top. That might be the way to go on this. So what that would look like, let me see. So this is a gloss spot UV over the top. Okay, so this right here. So what we could do is have the design printed and then have the spot gloss over the top to give it a raised effect. That could be super cool. All right. So hopefully you've noticed by now, and actually, shoot, I just added the 3D. I forget how to put that away. View, hide. Oh, I did this last time and I forgot where it was. Hide corner widget? No. Where's the 3D? Oh my goodness. Guides. Oh, anybody know? I accidentally turned on this. I do this all the time. I think I was trying to do something in the shortcut. Nope. 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 This is the crap. Which one is this? View. Perspective grid. Hide grid. There it is. Okay. Let's see. What was I even going to say? Other than, you guys can see, as I get an idea, I tend to just make a new artboard and try it out. right, without filtering too much. Because I don't know which one of these I like yet. I don't know which one of these, if I'll show them all to the client or if I'll just show them my favorites. What's up, Corey? Corey says, I know, right? Those stupid 3D grids, never know how to get rid of them. And I don't even know the shortcut, but it's something similar to something else that I push, and it happens all the time. It's under View, Perspective Grid, Command-Shift-I. I didn't even push that. Oh, yeah, I did. So, Shift-O. Shift-O is my Artboard tool. Command-Shift-I is the Perspective Grid. Okay, there we go. All the time. All the time. All right, so now what I'm thinking I want to try. Grab this stacked version that I've already done once. The third bowl and coat. Okay, so let's stack it again. Command X to cut it. Command F to paste it in the same spot. Shift click and make it line up here to this guy. Whoops. Let's group it first, I suppose. Let's grab some guides. Command R to get my ruler. Pull down a guide. Hit the Option key to flip it vertical. And then snap it to the corner. And to make it snap, you got to make sure that your Smart Guides is turned on here under View. Okay. Grab another guide for this side here. And now I can grab this bottom row of text, get my scale tool, and make sure, boom, snaps right to it. All right. Now I can group this back together. Get over here. It's kind of cool. Hide my guides. Oops. Sure. All right, I want this to cut through the and. So, all right, let's do this. I'm going to grab the bowl here, which is still being masked. So I'm going to right click, release clipping mask. So I still have a blank shape over the top of this other one. I'll just delete that right now. There's my bowl. And now what I'm going to do, there's a couple ways I could do this. Adding a stroke might be fine. I'm going to go to Object, Path, Offset Path. A little bit more. How about one? How about two? Click OK. And I'm going to hit Command X to cut that shape that I just made. Command F to paste it back here. And I'm going to change the color to red just so I can see what's happening here. Group it all together. Command X to cut it. Click this shape. Command Shift in the right bracket to throw this all the way to the front. Command F to paste that right here. Command in the left bracket to throw it down one. I'm going to grab my regular bowl and lock it. Command 2 to lock this, so now I can't mess it up on accident. All right, Shift B to get my blob brush tool. Just going to fill this in. This is what I intended to do, but I could actually... This isn't the direction I was going to go with this, but it has potential. Also, can you hear my wife talking in the background? Just curious if I need to tell her to stop. Or come join us, one of the two. Okay.
time you make me nervous and I lose my words. It's been a while since I forgot the most simple words.
All right, do I like the direction this is going? I don't know. I'm gonna finish it out. It has potential. And I know there's faster ways to work, but my brain wasn't even here to begin with, so I'm just going to finish out the thought.
Now I know why it never worked out before. Hello, it would always turn out bad, so bad. But every time we start a fight, we always stop in time. We both know how to be gentle, never cross the line. I feel calm when you're around, like nothing can break me.
So now I want this spacing from here to here. To be the same on both sides. So I use shapes when I want to make things match, because if I tried to align this right now, it would align everything to the entire... Actually, I guess I could. Just like that. Anyway, but I wanted the bowl to move with it. So I think this idea has some legs. These are the jokes, people. All right. But what I want to do... So there's a version where this matches the background, so literally all it's doing is just cutting out and giving some space from this ampersand. Cool, that looks good. And then we'll do another version. Where this actually is a little bit of a different color. Cool. All right, let's see here. What do you think, guys? I think we've got some great ideas to start with here. All right, now we haven't even started designing the front yet, which the front can be basic. Ugh, but that's always tough because now I got to start picking out fonts for the brand, and I haven't done that yet. All right, let's see. All right, Ryan, what's up? He says, what if you took the red and the white and changed the white to black to give you that spacing between the ands? The problem with this feed is I think I've got like a 30-second to 1 minute delay. So I have no idea what you're talking about, Ryan. What if you took the red and the white, to black? I think this is what you're talking about, but it's probably not, but I'm still going to try it because it could be cool. And if I took the red, the white, and changed the white to black. Let's add this color to the brand. No, I did that wrong. The white. I don't know if that's what you meant, but that's pretty cool. That has potential. All right. Lots going on here. I still think this one's pretty cool. And the way that I see it getting produced is like an overprint. The red would be an overprint. So you'd actually see, for example, like the T would still kind of come through here because it'd be raised a little bit. I don't know. It could be pretty ridiculous, but I like the idea of it. All right, I think I've explored nearly every combination I would want to see on this thing that I know the client would want to see. They want to see like these three, right? Boring, straight up, whatever. Which this would look classy. This is a safe design right here, these three. But if we do the T3B icon, I would love to see probably this one. Honestly, it's very, very, I mean, red, black, and white is the most, on the one hand, the most overdone color scheme. But it's definitely powerful, especially with the bowl. Like red, you know, like is it conquistador? Is that the right word? Anyway, you know, where they got the red cape. I'm totally losing my mind. Okay. Anyway, but like some other colors we explored were much softer pastels. So I need to explore those options as well. Let's save this. Let me go grab those colors. I don't remember. Hold that thought. Talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. Actually, I'm not going anywhere. I just gotta look at something real quick. How you guys doing? You enjoying this so far? You guys learning anything? All right. I think this one. Yeah. All right, so this was another look we had explored. But we decided we wanted a full body, not just a head. But these colors We want to explore these colors. So I'm just going to make a couple swatch samples here. Why is that doing that? Oh, shoot. It's because I've got Visualize turned on, so it grabs the colors. Let me turn this off real quick. That's better. Okay. Ryan says, loving it. Really like the same options you were talking about. I don't like my suggestion. That's funny. I know. Sometimes you just got to see it. And sometimes by showing something, it'll let you, you know, you might decide that you love what you did already even more, or you might hate it. It's hard to tell, but now you've got options. So I call this sometimes, it's called the hairy hand. Okay. So the way this works is that you design something that you love, but then you also design something that is absolutely the worst thing ever. And the hope is that they pick, the other one is like so appalling that they don't pick it, right? That's the hope. If they pick it, you're screwed. But where this stems from is with, like, way back in the day, the king had, you know, they weren't able to just take pictures of stuff. They actually had to paint the portraits, right? So what would happen is the king would, wanting to be involved with the process, would have all these revisions over and over and over, right? So finally one day the painter decides he's painting the king, and he decides to paint one of his hands in the picture or in the painting, like just crazy, just hairy, right? Just awful. And the king's like, oh my goodness, like I love everything about this, but that hand, it's so hairy. If you just fix that hand, it'll be perfect. So he fixes the hand and he comes back, and then the king's like, I love it. This is the most beautiful painting I've ever seen. And that's the idea between the concept of the hairy hand, is you design something that's almost all the way there. This is for like clients who really want to be involved and really want to help you pick something out. And the idea is that instead, if everything is almost perfect, then they'll start looking at everything and start nitpicking your design. But if there's like one thing that's just totally crazy, they'll see that one thing and they'll ask you to fix it. You fix it, and then everything is perfect. That's the idea. That's the hope. That's the hairy hand. All right. So anyway, Ryan says another idea I was thinking of would be like 3 single bull heads, with 2 being the black on black and the third being red. Oh, that's an interesting idea. Yeah. So during all the mock-up process, at one point we had experimented with 3 different bulls, because it's the third bull, right? That's interesting. Knowing through what we've talked about, I don't think they'd like that, but that might be something that I play with later. What's up, James, over on YouTube? Thank you. Okay, back to work. What are we gonna do? Excuse me. I need to get some coffee here soon. Oh, hey guys, I just realized. Yeah, I've got a meeting in 8 minutes. Zoom call. So I gotta go. This is a great part 1 for the back of the business cards. Dang, I totally forgot. I've got a meeting I gotta get to. Shoot. Oh well. That's what happens. So in part 2 of the live stream, which will probably be happening this afternoon, I will start designing the front of this business card, but I'm pretty happy with this right now. And then in case you're here and you're not able to tune in later, what we would do when we send this to press, well, first I'll send it to my client to get approval, and then depending on which artboard they choose, I would just export that one artboard. So I've hit Shift O, or I come over here to my artboards tools. You can see all the different artboards, or I'll hit Escape. I'll come up here to Window, down to Artboards. We have this Artboards window. Okay, so these are all the different artboards that we've used so far. So if I wanted to, I can click on these, and it's pretty subtle, but you'll see that whichever artboard I click on. Okay, so this is number 6. See that little fine white line? When I click on number 6, it shows up there. So that tells me which artboard is selected. So I could go through and I could rename all of these. And it takes me right to the artboard if I click on it. And I could just give it a name like T3B white or something. Back. Okay, whatever it is. And then I could do one of a couple things. This is artboard number 6. They're in order. So I can come up here to File, go down to Export, Export As. Down here I'm going to click on Use Artboards. I'd change this to whatever format, JPEG or whatever, depending on where I'm sending it. Instead of exporting all of these artboards, I'm going to go to Range and I'm going to pick number 6. And then I'd click Export. It'll export just that file for me. So that's how I would send this to press. There's a little more to it, making sure the bleed comes with it and all that kind of stuff. But for the most part, that's how I would use these artboards. So, all right, guys, this was awesome. Sorry, I got to bounce. I got a phone call, Zoom meeting thing to get to. So I hope you enjoyed the live stream. I'll be back again here later today and tomorrow. No, I won't be back tomorrow. Tomorrow I am traveling. So I'll be back later today and then again on Thursday. Yeah, it'll be fun. All right. Thanks so much, guys. I will catch you in the next live. All right, guys, thanks for watching today. Hope you learned a lot of valuable information, and I appreciate you sticking around to the very end. But before you go, just a couple things I want to remind you. The first is, if you haven't already, feel free to like this video if you can, depending on where you're watching from. Give it a thumbs up or subscribe or tap the bell or give it a follow if you can. And also maybe even just copy the link up in the browser and share it with a friend or post it to your Facebook page. I'd really appreciate that. But again, just want to say thanks for sticking around, and I'd love to continue going live as much as possible and helping you guys out. So the best way that I can help you is by you commenting on the videos below. I read those comments. I engage with them as soon as I can, if I can, when I see them. So if it's live, I'll try and answer you right away. If this is a replay, you can still comment on the video, and I go back and I read those. So I just wanted to say thanks again for watching, and let me know what you're working on. I'd love to help you out, and hopefully we will see you in the next live. And to be sure you don't miss it, like this video and subscribe and follow and do the things. All right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll talk to you later.